All right. Welcome. We are live, everyone. Thank you for joining the stream. I'm making sure I got everything right, making sure I got everything tight. Let me get the camera angles right, because you got to get my good side. What's going on, everybody? We live, direct, and we are in full effect. Today, we got some controversial parenting videos that we need to watch, starting off with this one, all right? The young lady you see on the screen right there just told her mom that she's pregnant, all right? Teenage pregnancy, all right? Just like the MTV show, my teen mom, my teen parent, teenage moms. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Regardless, though, a lot of people are feeling like this mother's reaction was the wrong reaction to have. What would y'all do? You know what I mean? You invest so much in your little angel. This is, to be honest with you, this got to be every girl dad's biggest nightmare. Besides her getting like violated or literally getting taken off the face of the earth, this has to be like top three. All right, your little queen is out here about to deliver a baby to some dude that she don't even know. You know what I mean? This is a scary situation, but it doesn't look like this girl's dad is in the picture. So her mom is over here dealing with the situation, and it's pretty controversial the way she handled it. All right, so we got that video, and then we got some other videos of you know what? Let's just go with the flow, because I got a bunch of parenting videos. You know what? We're gonna watch a bunch of parenting videos because I just got them saved over here. I meant to do it earlier, so this is the first one, and we're just gonna rock out, man. This your boy Breathe Easy. This is how we giving it up. I don't even know what's going on. We're just gonna do it. You understand? Let me check the audios. Let me check the levels, and most importantly, let's rock, y'all.
I'm pregnant. But please don't be mad.
What you mean?
I didn't know.
Hey, let's rock, y'all.
Please, bro.
I'm saved over here. I meant to do it earlier, so this is the first one.
Especially this.
Mom, I know, bro. It's just like everything was just happening so fast, and I didn't know what to do. Please, Mom, please, bro.
Okay. Tell you what, we're not about to do this. We're not about to do.
Wait, Mom, can we just talk about it?
Talk about what? What's there to talk about? There's nothing to talk about.
Mom.
You call him, you gotta go over there with him and his mama. I'm not playing with you.
Mom, please.
I'm not, cause you're not, like, stop.
I'm sorry.
I'm over it. Like, really?
Mom.
How old are you?
I know, but Mom, I don't. Mom, please, bro.
Look, you might want me to walk out the door because you about to get hurt. Like, for real. Dead serious. Not playing with you.
But Mom,
what
are we gonna do with him?
We nothing. What are y'all gonna do? You go with him. Go there. What you gonna do?
I don't even know there's people like that.
Oh, but you lay down with somebody and get knocked up. But you don't know there's people.
Hold on. Deep breaths. All right. Let's woosah real quick. All right. Now I understand the frustration that this parent is going through. You understand? She feels like, yo, listen, like, don't listen. You want to act grown? Go be grown. All right. Who's we? You're taking care of this kid, not me. You understand? And but here's the thing, man. There's so much to cover. You know what? First, you know how we got to give it up. Let's go through the comments first, because you know it's not all about me all the time. All right. Let's read the comments and see exactly what's going on. And I got to tell you what I feel about this. You know what I mean? This one says, yo, teens hear me loud and clear. If you can't handle the responsibilities of what comes with the SEX, don't have it. All right. Now that's easier said than done. All right. It sounds like a commercial or something, you know. Wow, she's crying out to you and you're taunting and you're turning your back on her. All right. Now the mother's kicking her out the house. You know, you could look at it that way. You know, the mother's straight up just abandoning her kid. Not only is she abandoning her kid, she abandoning her grandkid at the same time. But it's just like, yo, what is this mother supposed to do? She didn't sign up for this. You understand? And I was saying this earlier. I was kind of joking, but I was being dead serious. I don't know about mothers, but I know for a fact, like for involved, you know what I mean? Girl dads, I'm pretty sure this is literally like top 3 worst case scenarios. You know what I mean? It got to be top 3. Top 5, I don't know. Top 3, it got to be up there. You understand? So it's just like, and you know, there's a lot that comes with that. You know what I mean? A lot of anger, because you're like, yo, I had such a perfect vision for you. You know what I mean? You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. And don't get me wrong, there are, you know, some young ladies who definitely can do it. You know what I mean? There's testimonies, there's definitely people out there who could have kids who had kids at a young age, was able to juggle it, make it work, and became a great successful adult. But you know, those are the outliers. You know what I mean? That's not how it necessarily works all the time. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, this girl's age, she looked like a baby, right? She looked like a little kid. That girl looked like she not even, I don't even think she's 16. You know what I mean? So it's just like somebody like that having a kid, and you know, and you see this, you know, I don't see a dad. I didn't hear the mother say, oh man, wait till your dad hears about this or whatever. You know what I mean? I feel like the father should have been brought up at some point, or maybe not. Regardless though, you know, it's 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a real struggle fest 3,000. So the mother's like, yo, you got to get out of here. But here's the thing though, right? Like, you know, I think that comes from having a vision of what you want your kid to be, and understanding that could probably no longer be possible. Although, like I said, some could do it, but it's not a most can do it type of a situation. So when that happens, you're automatically probably thinking to yourself like, damn, dog, it's a dub now. You know what I mean? Like, it's over. You know what I mean? Like, what are we gonna do? You know, she want to be grown. She doing this. She want to start her life as an adult early. It's time for her to do so, because I can't deal with this situation. But here's the thing, that's still your situation. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you can't kick your kid out for certain reasons, but this can't be one of them, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how much you feel like it's a waste of time, no matter what it is. This alone can't be the reason, because that's still your responsibility regardless. You know what I mean? That's still your kid, and she had a kid, so you own both of them. That's just the way you got to look at it. And I don't know how toxic that household could be, because I'm not even saying that, yo, you got to act like everything is hunky dory, but kicking your pregnant kid out and you heard the girl, she said, yo, I don't even know that people's like that. You know what I mean? Like, so sending your pregnant daughter to live with the baby daddy, and she only a teenager. She don't even know the dude. That sounds crazy, but it's just like, nah, man, like you, like that whatever situation, you can't change it. So you might as well not make it worse. You understand? I'm not saying you ain't got to bend your back. You don't got to do nothing. If like, you could be mad, whatever, but kicking them out on the street is a different thing, because there's definitely no room for success in that type of a scenario. And you know, that baby didn't ask to be here, nor did your daughter. You know what I mean? So it's just like, but you know, I understand the sentiment though. I'm not even gonna sit here and Google Gaga it with you. You know what I mean? Because actually, there's a lot of comments here. It's like, yo, bump that. She can go. And to be honest with you, that might be somebody's first reaction. That's why when I paused the video, I said it real clear. I said, yo, let's take a deep breath real quick, because that would be that's a normal reaction. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, yo, you did what? After everything, the private schools, the food, the diapers, everything we talked about, you gonna go ahead and do this? That might be an initial reaction, but you might need to sleep on it. You know what I mean? Oh, this person said get an abortion or go live with your man. You grown folk now. You see what I'm saying? Oh, y'all see? Hold on, let me slide it over. You see this? A lot of people feel that way. You know what I mean? But it's tough, man. You can't move like that just because, like, that can't be the only reason. You know what I mean? She started getting disrespectful. She started going crazy. Then yeah, but you can't do that. Not like that. You own it. You own it. You know what I mean? You still own it. That's what it is. That you break it's broken. You gotta fix it. I don't know. That's still your responsibility. You can't throw off your responsibility to somebody else, even though your responsibility doubled your load. You know what I mean? You didn't sign up for it, but you can't do it. Y'all be ready to kick y'all kids out. Shaking my head. She needs her mom right now. And she ready to kick her out the house. Hopefully her and her child will be somewhere loved. You know, she right now, I mean, she definitely is at a point now where she needs support. You know what I mean? But it's like, whose responsibility is that? It's like, we know what she need, but where she's going to get it from is the question. You know what I mean? Let's get out of this. And that's one thing too. We gotta start, like, Nah, I don't want to say it like that, but like reality is reality, and your fantasy stays in fantasy land. You understand? It's like, yeah, she needs help. She needs her mom. She needs this and she needs that. All right, but who's going to give it to her? You understand? Like, if her mom's not trying to be supportive, if her mom don't got it, if the people around her don't got it, where's she going to get it from? You know what I mean? So it's easy to say what they need, but it's more important on finding solutions on how they going to get it. You know what I mean? Who gonna take him to the doctor's appointment? Who's gonna make sure that the baby's this and that? You know what I mean? Is the father involved? She said she don't even know the father like that. Come on, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. The mom is absolutely right. Holy smokes, absolutely. But here's nah. Y'all can't really think like that, because then the baby gonna be out on the street. Hold on. Is there anybody in the building? What do y'all think about this, man? We're gonna move on pretty soon, but I couldn't have the heart to do it, but I'd make it highly uncomfortable though. It'd be a toxic situation. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be toxic. It'd be a little bit heavy and hectic in there. I'm not gonna sit here and act like everything's cool, but I'm not gonna put you on the street. You know what I mean? You might want to leave, but I ain't gonna be the one to put you out. You understand? Anyways, listen, man. You know what? Yes. There's another video that kind of relates to this a little bit, and it's I think it's important, man. Yeah, this video, we gotta watch this video. This is why. Oh wait, let me find it. This is a mother encouraging her daughter to do a dance that the father feels uncomfortable with. And I know there's a viral story. There's a little girl going on right now. She's going viral. I guess she's a cute little girl. She's dancing, and sometimes, you know, I don't know. Like, you know what? Let's just watch the video because it's all about it's all about how you see things. You know what I mean? This is the girl right here, and it'd be better if I just show you what's going on than yip yap it up, because there's so much going on. You know what I mean? Let's check this out real quick.
Sorry, I don't like my baby just doing that. That's not. She's 3 years old and you got her dancing like that. I don't like that.
What's wrong with this?
See what's wrong with that, Tori? There's something wrong.
All she doing is just dancing to boots on the ground. There's nothing wrong with that.
I ain't that she filming, but you know, it's just she's 3 years old, Tori. She's 3 years old and you got her dancing like that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Joe, come on. Come on. Go, Joe. Look. You still don't like it?
I don't like that. That's not cute. For y'all think that's cute? Putting these little girls on the internet.
I don't see anything wrong with it. If you ask me.
Doing that song. She's 3 years old, Toya, and you got.
You know what this reminded me of? This reminded me of Kanye West when he was getting upset that his daughter was doing like videos. It was like cute little videos or something like that. But he was like, yo, I don't want my daughter on camera. She's too young and all of this. But then after that, you look and you're like, wait, her mom is Kim Kardashian, and you knew that before you got with her, and y'all had a daughter and you're not around. What do you expect is gonna happen? Now, this father sitting in the living room, they seem to have like a family dynamic. Thank God, you know what I mean? Because that's gonna be necessary in this situation. But really, the point is this. The point is like, yo, you got to be careful with who you having your kids with. Not only in terms of like, people like to talk about the boys, you fathers got to be in these boys' lives, and we're gonna get to that in a second. But it's just like if y'all over here taking these jump offs and putting rings on them and then having babies with them, you better make sure you there for real, because what do you think is gonna happen when your daughter grows up? You know what I mean? This little girl right here is gonna be like the little girl in the first video. You understand? This little girl right here gonna be like the little girl in the first video. If this is the pattern that y'all gonna keep on going with. You know what I mean? The father said what he needed to say, and the mother totally disregarded it. Now, I don't know, like, it's such a cute little kid. Like, you never. Here's the thing. It's not about. You know what's funny? It's really not about what you think. You're thinking, yo, it's a cute little kid, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I guess it's like a particular dance or something. But it's really like, and somebody had to kind of teach. Somebody had to tell me this too. I kind of had to like be told this, because if you don't have a sick mind, it's hard for you to kind of think. You know what I mean? You don't think of certain things, but it's what other people see. You know what I mean? It's like you can use the crosswalk, but you still gotta look. You know what I mean? Because if a car hits you, it's gonna hit you. You know what I mean? The crosswalk is just this is what's supposed to happen, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, when that father said, "Hey, listen, man, I don't want her doing that type of a dance," it should have been that and that alone. You know what I mean? But I feel like, you know, especially at 3 years old, like, I can understand the father not trying to encourage certain activities, because he probably know what that lead to. Oh, and I blurted out, and it says it right here. I just didn't want to play that on here, because that's just, like she said, when you heard it muted, that was actually me. That was me who muted it. And she was like, "Come on, baby, let's pop our booty. Let's pop our booty for daddy." And it was just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, that's not really something that you really want to showcase. But more importantly, it's like, yes, this person says I'm with the dad and all of that, but more, mother, respect your husband. He's protecting your little girl. And you know, the mother's probably, or no, let me finish that original thought. Like, it's like, actually no, never mind. So the mother's probably thinking like, yo, what's the big deal? Like, somebody who's like who doesn't have a perverted mind, who's not even on that type of time, is thinking like, yo, what's the big deal? Like, it's a cute little dance. But it's like, nah, bro, like, that's a cute little dance to you. But then when she said what she said, it was kind of like when she said pop the booty for daddy, it was kind of like, all right, you're playing a little bit too much. You know what I mean? These kids are sponges. Yeah, this is right here. Yeah, pop the booty for daddy is diabolical. Yeah, no, that's not something you wanna say. You know what I mean? Obviously, but it's just like, yeah, man, like, when y'all over here wifing them up, turning them into putting them in places where it's not necessarily that they're used to or where they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? This is what happens. This is what you got to deal with. You understand? So you better make sure you in your kids' lives for real, for real. Little girl gonna grow up to be like that last video. I'm telling you right now. But you know what though? We've been focusing on the girls for a little bit right now. I got this other video. This video right here, as a matter of fact, these boys who seem very, very, yeah. This is deep right here. These boys, they get asked like, what's the biggest problem that you guys are facing? And these are like kids, and their answers are pretty telling, you know what I mean, to say the least. So I want to play that, and then I'm gonna play another video that kind of that's kind of like in contrast to that. Yeah, we definitely got to see this video right here. I just got it right here. Look at this right here. Let me slide the screen over. Sometimes I got to make it smaller based on the thing. All right, bam. Check this out. These boys are really smart. I really like, but it's bittersweet. This video is very bittersweet. Look at this. You see what I'm talking about.
What do you think the biggest thing that guys struggle with is?
Fatherless child.
Fatherless,
Parents,
like not having a dad in their life. Like this, I'm being real.
Right, like
not having a
Father figure. No father figure.
No father figure. And it's not even like no jokes, bro. My dad's in prison.
somewhere in Florida. I don't even know.
My dad's doing drugs. Like, for real. And my dad's in prison. Like, father figures are like, it's something about like, it was one guy that did take care of his kid. He had kids. He didn't take care of his disciples. We live in these like shitty areas with no father figures, bro.
People like, they have kids. Females expect them to know how to cheat, but they have a bell roll to show how to cheat. Treat a female right.
What do you think the biggest thing that guys struggle with is?
Yeah. Damn, I wanted to focus on that last part actually, because what that kid said was bars. But actually, what all of these kids are saying is bars. But I think what really makes this kind of hit home a little bit harder is like, it's almost like the kid that said, yeah, like my daddy's in jail. The other one's like, yeah, and we live in these messed up areas. It almost shows you the innocence that they're originally born with. the innocence hasn't left them yet. You know what I mean? Like you got to understand, like, no matter what, even in the most toughest of neighborhoods or whatever, like the kids are like cared for. You know what I mean? Kids are usually insulated, like babies. You know what I mean? Like, but this right here is literally, they probably got like 6 months, bro. 6 months until that crossroad hit them. I can tell. I see it in their voice. Like, I can already tell, but it's so messed up because they're pretty much telling you, like, yo, like, I'm gonna hit this crossroad soon and everything's against me. You know what I mean? No dad, he's in jail. We coming up in these messed up neighborhoods. It's one thing when you hear an adult who lived it, who went through it, who understands it, tell you that. But it's another thing to see the clean slate. Somebody who has it, who's literally can still be saved. Like, they can literally still be saved. And they're telling you, like, yo, this is what I need to be saved. And you just watching the video like, wow, this is dope. Like, these kids are smart. But it's like, nah, like that. Like, if you play this video 5 years from now, you better hope you don't cry. You understand? If you play this video, like, you watching it now and you're like, wow, like, that's smart. Like, hopefully, you know what I mean? Like, we're rooting for him. But then it's just like, you play this 5, 7, 10 years from now. Hold on. They probably like 16 now. Yeah, 5 years. Because they literally about to jump off the porch right now. You know what I mean? Who knows if they haven't already? You understand? So it's just like, it hits a little bit different. Because they see the train wreck about to happen to them. They see where their lives are headed and they're telling you what's up. And it's just like, wow, like it hits you in a different way. You understand? It hits you in a very, very different way. Because, and then, you know, and particularly with these kids in particular, you can tell by the way they talk and how, and the fact that they even understand this concept. They would be great if they have the resources. And I always say this too, like, no matter how great of a human being you are, you would have been way better with both parents in your life, with a structural environment in your life. So to see this right here, it's like, wow, you're like this right now. Oh my God. Like, if you had the right soil to grow, you would be like a freaking sequoia tree. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be so great. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I mean, not to say that they still can't be great, but here's the thing though. I told you I had another video in contrast to this, right? Hold on, let me let this one finish. I think it's almost done, but then here's the thing. I'm gonna show you something else that's the opposite of this. Hold on a second.
People like, they have kids. Females expect them to know how to cheat, but they have a bell roll to treat a female right.
Oh, that was the part that I wanted to that was the part I wanted to talk about. It's like a lot of the ladies, and I'm gonna be quick on this part. A lot of the ladies are going through issues with, you know, fellas not being there for their kids and not treating them right, or like whatever. A lot of ladies feel that way, and it's funny because it's just like, if you do feel that way, when you don't have the right man in your life to show the kid how to treat you, that kid's only gonna emulate what they see. You know what I mean? And whatever they see is what they're gonna do. So if they don't see somebody treating you right and they hear you just talking mess all the time about how men ain't this and men ain't that, that's all they know, and that's all they're gonna replicate. And actually, you know what? That's actually perfect for the video that I'm about to show you right now, as a matter of fact, because that's exactly what this kid is doing. Like, these are kids right here who you can tell, like, damn, like, they're telling you they don't have fathers. But this kid right here. Oh wait, where'd that video go? This kid right here is 100%. Is 100% emulating what he sees with his mom, and it's sad that he doesn't have a dad. And you know what? This kid will probably be just as great as the ones that we was just looking at, or probably is, but you know, who knows? It depends on the environment. Hold on. All right, look at. I ain't got. Yeah. This one right here.
No no goals. I was born to stay in the hood.
Are you gonna stay in the hood for the rest of your life?
I might.
How you gonna make money?
The government gonna take care of me. All I gotta do is have 8 kids and I'm Gucci. Do you know how much food stamps I could get with 8 kids? The hood is the land of opportunity. I could get a chopped cheese, Chinese food, and Don Julio on the same block.
Yo, nah, we're done.
I ain't got no goals. I was born to stay in the hood.
Are you gonna stay in the hood for the rest of your life?
I might.
How you gonna make money?
The government gonna take care of me. All I gotta do is have 8 kids and I'm Gucci.
So, it's another thing too. It's like what happens even if those kids don't jump off the porch, right? Maybe they're the kids that we watched prior to this, even if those kids end up being really good kids, they mothers work hard. Well, what happens when those kids bump into this one? You know what I mean? What happens when those kids who is just like, yeah, my dad's in jail, but yo, I'm still trying to make it. They bump into this one and he's like, yo, this is what it is. You know what I mean? But anyways, like I was saying about this one, I mean, it's funny. Sometimes I can't take things even though I want to laugh, like in terms of like, I think this could be like a skit, but it's just like they so young where it's just like, nah, like I don't even think they could act that good. Like you can't be that good of an actor at that age. Like, I don't know. Like you can hear it in his voice. Like the bass hasn't even hit it yet. Like puberty ain't even there yet. This kid's like an 11-year-old or something. But regardless though, I think puberty does hit at 11. These kids eating them MGOs. They be coming out with mustaches and beards. But regardless though, I mean, this right here is a perfect result of the sponge thing that I was telling you about. You know what I mean? Like when they see their mother out here talking about, 5 kids or whatever, he don't even know that doesn't apply to him because he's a man. He's a boy. You know what I mean? When he gets older, he's going to be, he doesn't even understand that. But he's so young, all he sees is his mother probably getting these benefits, see the people around him getting those benefits. And when they ask him, are you going to stay in the hood? He's like, yo, this is the land of opportunity, probably because he see his grandmother, you know what I mean? Or his great grandmother in the same apartment, or they whole family from the same block. So he's like, yo, like, why would I leave? Like, this is where my entire family grew up, living, died for, you know what I mean? These are the blocks that we claim, you know what I mean? And at that age, it's just like, you don't see the value in getting out of there. All you see, and that's actually facts. I remember that even, this is something I know very well. At that age, or even a little bit older, you don't see the value in getting away because everything is so fun. And when you don't have a dad to like kind of break things down to you and make you understand that this is temporary and this isn't right, regardless, like everything just seems like, yo, this is what it is forever. You know what I mean? Like they're too young to see the consequences of the hood. You know what I mean? They start you off with the fun stuff first, and then after that, you kind of get sucked in. But regardless, though, yeah, this little man, it's like, I want to say there's no hope for him, but that's wrong. You know what I mean? Hopefully the parents get it popping and get it rocking with this little man. You know what I mean? But it's just like, sometimes you see these kids and you're like, damn, like for instance, the kids in the prior video, it's like, yo, there's mad hope for them. Like I could see them being and doing great things, but it's just like, how great and how big can they do it with even they know that they headed to a life of issues. You know what I mean? Like, look at this one. He looked younger than the other ones that we watch, and he's already talking about his mindset seems to already be locked into something that will never get him out of them projects. You know what I mean? Hold on, let's go through these comments real quick before I skirt up out of here. Excuse me. So boom. Trump about to handle this little buddy. That's funny. Stop enabling behavior like this and you won't have generational poverty. Yeah, but that's not a question. That's not, this isn't a social media thing. Let me tell y'all something. This isn't a social media thing. This isn't oh, I seen this on TV. This is a household problem right here. This came from home. That's another thing. We're talking about enabling. Oh, we gotta limit what the kids are doing. Blah blah blah. Like, nah, bro. This is 100% something that came from home. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel. I just seen how long I'm on here. You know I'm here for a good time, not a long time. You understand? It's about to be time for me to skirt up out of here. His future is definitely ruined with that mentality. Yeah, it's a fact. You know what I mean? Yeah, and That's a fact. Ghetto AF, say goodbye to government assistance. I'm so thankful that Trump is gonna end all of this, but but yeah, man, it's that mindset. It's that mind state that got people sick of it, man. His mother is teaching him very well. Yeah. Anyways, y'all get the point, man. Oh wow. All right. It's time for me to skirt up out of here, man. You know the vibes. You gotta like and subscribe at the same damn time. I'm on my way to 10 million views. Actually, I said I want to do TikTok anymore. Did a video, went viral. Shit's crazy, man. So we about to we knocking on 10 million views doorstep. I need you to make sure you follow me on all platforms, man, so we can get there, man. I'm trying. We gonna have a party, man. We gonna get it rocking, man. I don't know what's shaking the bake. I might do something real special too, as a matter of fact. So you gotta stay locked in, man. And damn, there was something else I wanted to tell y'all too. There was something else that I'm doing. God damn, I forgot. Anyways, I'll make sure I remember it for the next stream. Anyways, man, that's all. Marco Cannon. Marco's in the building. Hit the liddy, man. Hit the liddy on the chizzy hit the liddy for the titty on the chizzy, man. You know the vibes, man. Big shout out to Marco. Big shout out to everybody in the building, man. Shout out to y'all. It's time for me to skirt up out of here, man.